Hello and welcome, dear students, to a series of grammar in use. In this lesson, we are going to explore obligations modals. Obligations means the course of action one needs to take towards a morally or legally bound duties. You need to get a pen and a notepad ready so that we can dive into it. You may take down your pointers and construct sentences as we go along. Let us begin. Obligations. In English, have to or must are used when talking about obligations or things that are necessary. They are often used to give important instructions regarding the course of the duty that one is supposed to do. The first pointer that we have regarding obligations is that must and have to both express a strong need or obligation to do something. Obligation, as I mentioned, it is the course of action one has to take in order to fulfill a morally or legally inclined duty. So must and have to both express a strong need to do something. You must rest or your leg won't heal. You have to rest or your leg won't heal. So both the ways you can express something, and it expresses must and have to, shows the strong need to do something. The next pointer that we have regarding obligations is that must not, or the negative connotation. Must not is a strong negative obligation. It means something is not allowed. All right, must not means not allowed. You must not get your bandage wet, or your leg might not heal properly. Over here, must not means something that is not permitted or not allowed. The third pointer that we have under obligations is that don't have to. Now make a note of this. Do not contracted as don't. Don't have to means something is not necessary or there is no obligation to do it. That means one need not take that course of action. You don't have to come again. Your leg is better. You do not have to come again. Your leg is better. But in spoken English, the do not is contracted to don't. You don't have to come again. Your leg is better. So in this pointer, under this pointer, we have seen must and have to is used for expressing that something is need to be done. Must not is used for something that is not allowed, and don't have to is something that is not necessary. Now let us see certain examples constructed using these pointers. He must take 2 pills each morning and evening for the next 2 weeks. Now must take is the necessity to do something. Must not go back to work until She must not go back to work until her back is better. This is something that someone should avoid doing. Do I have to? Now, this is a question. Do I have to go back to the doctor again? So that means this shows not a necessity to do something. I'm feeling so much better now. Do I have to go back to the doctor again? I'm feeling so much better now. This I am is a contraction of am. A is apostrophized. It is contracted, so it is pronounced as I am. I'm feeling so much better now. Let us proceed. Now let us see how to form this structure. Must does not change with the subject, so the word must remains as such. But have to becomes has to in the third person singular. Have to is used, you have to, I have to. So first and second person. Has to becomes she has to, he has to. So it becomes with a third person singular. Both forms are followed by the base form of the main verb. Base form means the way the words occur in the dictionary without any inflections. Inflections means ing, ed, etc. Now let us see the structure. We have the subject. Subject we are taking the third person singular, that is she. Then we have either must or have to. Must or have to. Then we have the main verb category, that is we are taking the word take, and then the rest of the sentence, how you want to complete the sentence. Let us now construct the sentence and see how does it work. She must take this medicine. She has to take this medicine. She must not take this medicine. She doesn't have to take this medicine. We have seen the obligation, a necessity, or not a necessity, or need not do something. All the constructions are similar. At this point, try constructing sentences. You may pause the video as you are constructing. Now let us proceed. Now the common mistakes with must not and don't have to. Must not and don't have to do not mean the same things. The meaning is completely different. Applied meaning is different. Must not is used to give an instruction that forbids someone from doing something. That means someone forbid means telling someone that this is not to be done at all, not allowed. Don't have to is used to tell someone that it is not necessary to do that something. For example, you must not use a calculator during the examination. That means something is not permitted. It is against the rules to use the calculator during the examination. That is the meaning that is applied over here. Must not. You don't have to use a calculator, but it might be useful. That means something is allowed, but it is not required. Now let us see the next pointer. The next pointer is must and have to in the future. Now in the future, certain words do not have a construction. There is no future form of must. The future of must to is formed with the auxiliary verb will. In some countries, people must recycle. It's the law. In some countries, people have to recycle. It's the law. So both constructions are seen. In the future, I think everyone will have to recycle. Will, must is incorrect. So will have to recycle. Must not does not have a future form. Don't have to can be used in the future by changing don't to will not or won't. One day I hope I will not have to work so hard. Let us see the next construction. Next pointer, must and have to in the past. There is no past form of must. The past tense of have to is used instead. Let's see the example. For most jobs, you must use a computer. For most jobs, you have to use a computer. In the past, you didn't have to use a computer. So there's no past form of must. The past tense of have to is used instead. So have to is used. With this, we have come to the end of the lesson. If you liked it, click on like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for your kind attention.